Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Centrum at Christ Church here in downtown Charleston. My name is David Donovan, and it's my privilege to join you today for our Wednesday noon devotion. As you can see, I'm standing here in the Centrum in front of the altar display that the Worship and Arts Committee prepared for last Sunday's worship service. All Saints Sunday is such a special time in the life of the church, and personally, it happens to be one of my favorite Sundays. It's full of emotion, it's full of memories, and it's a Sunday that I always try to plan some extra special music for. And we are so talented here at Christ Church to have people who can create these wonderful displays. You may have seen an email from me this morning that explained this visual, but I wanted to just share once again that this a spinning mobile that's here above the altar table represented the 11 people that we remembered who have passed away since our last All Saints celebration. 3 of those people I worked with directly because they were involved in the music ministry of the church, but all of them are very near and dear to all of us here at Christ Church. And so these stars represent their ascent into the heavens to join the great cloud of witnesses. On the table were smaller versions of what you saw up in the visual above the table. These little stars were here on by each candle that we lit on Sunday that represented those 11 lives as well. And some of you who were able to be here picked up an extra star that was in the back of the Centrum. Now, I'm here to tell you that the display will be up one more Sunday. Jonathan is preaching this Sunday for worship, and he wanted to keep the visual in front of everybody's eyes as he went through this particular service this coming Sunday, where he'll be preaching. So you'll get to see this beautiful, beautiful display one more time. But since we just celebrated All Saints and we're heading into the Thanksgiving season, I wanted to encourage you to take a minute and think about somebody in your life who was very influential, someone that you might call a saint, someone who through them you saw God by the way that they acted, by the way that they served. I mean, it could be anybody. It could be a parent, it could be a grandparent, it could be an aunt or an uncle, maybe a teacher or a youth group leader. Who is it in your life that influenced you because you were able to see God through them? Now, that great cloud of witnesses doesn't always have to represent those that have gone on into the heavens, but that great cloud of witnesses can be right here on earth as well. We always talk about how the kingdom of God is here on earth. Well, the kingdom of God can also be represented through those cloud of witnesses that are amongst us right now. So who in your life was a witness for you? Who in your life was somebody that you saw God through? That person led you in the direction to make you the person that you are today. So as we prepare to go into this Thanksgiving season, I want you to think about the people in your lives that have given your life direction, both living and both those who are not with us any longer. So keep that in mind as we go in toward this Thanksgiving season. Now, as the music director here at church, as you can imagine, I'm exposed to a whole bunch of music, different musical styles. I have new music coming across my desk all the time. And it's always a joy for me to sit down and play through some of these. But I'll tell you, if the music doesn't catch me within the first couple measures, it's something that I've just kind of set aside. But if it catches me with the way it's written musically and through what the text says, then I always put it in another pile for a future to do, for Anthem to do, or hymn to sing in worship. Well, this particular display was created from the idea of an anthem that the choir sang last Sunday. And it was entitled, "Angels Visit When We Sing, and the Morning Stars Rejoice." And so this particular display depicts that line in the anthem. So again, I want to ask you, who has been your morning star? Who is it that has led you forward in your life? One of the songs that is one of my favorite songs for this particular time of year is a hymn that I often play at the end of a funeral service. Now, why that happens, it just seems to fit. And we've sung it in worship before, but this is a song that's entitled, I Sing a Song of the Saints of God. So I'm going to go to the piano now, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about this particular hymn. I Sing a Song of the Saints of God was written by a British poet by the name of Lesbia Scott. Now, Lesbia loved everything that had to do with children, and she was very active in her children's lives. She was very active in religious drama and in amateur theater productions when she lived there around Sussex in Great Britain. But one of the poems that she wrote was, I Sing a Song of the Saints of God, and the reason she wrote it is because she wanted her children to realize that saints aren't just these individuals who have gone on to heaven and are now part of the great cloud of witnesses, but the saints are also people that live here with us today. And those are just everyday people that you meet on the street. So before I sing through this song, I wanted to just read the text to you, read the poem to you. I sing a song of the saints of God, patient and brave and true, who toiled and fought and lived and died for the Lord they loved and knew. And one was a doctor, and one was a queen, and one was a shepherdess on the green. They were all of them saints of God, and I mean, God help me to be one too. Now those people that they mentioned were all people from the Bible. Doctors, queens, those have biblical references. But the third line is the one I wanted to focus on. They lived not only in ages past, there are hundreds of thousands still. The world is bright with the joyous saints who love to do Jesus' will. You can meet them in school, on the street, in the store, in the church, by the sea, in the house next door. They are saints of God, whether rich or poor, and I mean to be one too. So as we continue to think about all saints and the things that we have to be thankful for, I want you to think about all these words as I sing through this hymn.
By a fierce wild beast, and there's none
So as you see our All Saints display here behind us, remembering the 11 individuals who have gone on to glory since our last All Saints Sunday, I want you to keep in mind how the saints are affecting you today. Think about those people who have influenced you along the way and give thanks for their presence in their lives. They may still be with us. They may have gone on already into the great cloud of witnesses. But whoever they are, give thanks for their lives and give thanks for the influence that they had on you. And maybe, just maybe, you're being a saint for someone else. Is the light of God shining through you? So someone that you pass on the street or meet in the grocery store can see that, can see God's light in you. Never doubt that you have the opportunity to be a saint for someone else. I hope all of you have a wonderful week, and I hope to see you this Sunday in worship. Thanks for tuning in this afternoon. Goodbye.